So
Hey, Ken, how are you, man? Thank you for having me on the show.
sure. How I'm doing good. You?
Very good, very good.
I mean, this one would be a more of like on the Bybit, and then getting to know more about Bybit, and also, I mean, I think a lot of people haven't like get to know you a lot more, so haven't get to know you a lot. So let's start, and then let's give a little introduction about who are you, what do you do, and what brings you into crypto space.
Yeah, sure. I was actually in Thailand a few days back, and was kind of when we original was planning a face-to-face interview. Sorry,
Yeah.
the trip was very short, but Thailand is becoming one of the major market for Bybit, especially in in Southeast Asia, and this trip, I found out a lot more about the market. It was very fascinating for me. So for everyone that don't know me, my name is Ben. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Bybit. Bybit, we are a crypto exchange. We started off being a derivative exchange since 2018, and since 2021, we decided to become more of an ecosystem player. So now on Bybit, you can see fiat P2P. Actually, a lot of Thai users use our P2P to exchange the Thai baht to stable coins or any other cryptocurrencies. So fiat, spot. Our spot market is becoming very popular, also among the Thai users, especially for the Launchpad. And we actually recently started a Web3 as well, doing an IDO. And on top of that, of course, is all the margin trading, the perpetual contract, as well as options. So we have one of the most comprehensive product lines in crypto, probably the most comprehensive. We have also copy trading, bot trading, NFT. We even connected to a DEX recently. So a lot of product is going on, and Bybit is very much focusing on the product. Most people use Bybit for trading because my background before crypto, I was in the forex industry. I was one of the very early staff for a retail forex firm called XM, and XM is doing quite well in Thailand as well. I think a lot of
Yeah,
forex.
yeah, yeah. I see a lot of advertisement on XM. Like,
Yes, so I was like the number 5 staff, and I was in charge of the whole Greater China region. So I left XM because I want to start this whole crypto journey in 2017. And that's where we are today. So actually, when I was in Thailand, I was visiting some VIP and then some old friends from XM as well. It was a good time.
nice, man. I mean, it was a very good timing though. Like you were in during the 2018, which was the bear market, and then many people started to consider like, should I still stay in the market, or should I leave now, or what should I do? Like, I heard some of my friends during the time they wanted to open like a restaurant during that time, like the barbecue restaurant, cause like the market's too bad. But then
Yeah. I had a lot of friends. They were like really questioning me when I started. Well, they're like, first of all, I was doing extremely well with XM and the whole forex business, but I just felt crypto is the future. I was very much brainwashed. I still brainwashed now, believing in the future of blockchain and the technology, that the permissionless tech that would kind of change the way financial system works. And but a lot of people can try to see, well, man, it's a bear market. We don't know if Bitcoin is going to go to zero. But I'm glad that it sticks through, and now you have Bybit, so that was a good call.
yeah, it's good. So quite an amazing and inspirational story too. Cause like, I mean, right now I feel that it's kind of like the same as in like 2018, where people get like, should I still stay? Should I still go? But then right now it's like you still on the hype hope side that, okay, it's gonna get better soon. It's gonna get better soon, and yeah, people staying. But I do heard of some of the people who like now started to lose hope. So it was a good story to heard someone build from the bear market and really literally starting there to build an ecosystem, and then survive long enough, build much enough to be big during the next bull run and the next bear market.
Yeah, I think at the bottom line is if you are in it for a very short term, I don't know, 100x buying a shit token, then you are kind of gambling, and that mentality will always lose, right? So I remember when we started in 18, that was very bear market as well. It was very hard to find investors. And I remember when I was doing trainings for all the staff, I had to convince them that Bitcoin is not a scam. But at least now I don't need to do that. Most people recognize Bitcoin and most people recognize Ethereum. And I think, for this bull run, I mean, for this bear run, every bear run has its consolidations. Last bear run was all the the 17 18 was all these ICO shit coins literally go to zero and a lot of people lost hope. And this round is a few very big centralized agents such as FTX, 3AC, Bybit, all these guys, now Genesis. So but I still think these guys are not the deciding factor, and we don't see Bybit as the industry. I think the industry is a lot bigger. And we are only here to ride along the wave to kind of provide a solid product and help the mass adoption of crypto. But the essence of crypto is still, it's in comparison, is a lot better than traditional finance, where you see even during the COVID now, inflation is going crazy, government just printing fiat. At least Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these guys cannot be printed, cannot be manipulated. So I think that's kind of the future, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, man. Let's see. I mean, we are still having a high hope here right now. So let's see what's gonna happen next.
Yeah.
And plus, like, we still have like a little mini bull run right now. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you can call it a mini bull run, or at least the whole FTX thing is quiet down now, and people are. I think a few indicators recently was good. The employment rate in the U.S. was actually lower than expected. The CPI was better, so I think gradually the market is picking up. But again, even the stock is shit these couple months. So
That's
I
the-
mean,
That's one of the main factors. Like, last time
Yeah.
it bumps a lot because like a lot of QE is coming in.
yeah.
Right. I mean, let's talk more about Bybits though. Like earlier you mentioned that you have a big ecosystem right now. You've been like having different trades, different tools there. So could you give us a little more, uh, a little more info about like what's going on right now, what's you're trying to build, and what's next?
Yeah, so I think we were very lucky that we were not directly involved or affected by FTX. We don't have any money or anything with FTX, and we don't have a trading house like Alameda. So Bybit had always been very prudent and very stable in that sense. We are focusing quite a bit on the product side of things. So people who use Bybit really enjoy our product. And our goal is to become the kind of the gateway to a Web3. And for me, Web3 is very difficult for ordinary users, right? I mean, we're talking about staking into like Curve and how to get some staking rewards from Ethereum. These things I don't even know how to do. So our goal is try to build a product to make it so simple for people to participate in these Web3 applications. Meanwhile, we provide the basic function of exchange as well, the spot, the derivatives. So actually, after this whole FTX thing, we've seen a very big growing market share of Bybit, and a lot of the professional traders, institutions switching to Bybit because our trading system is probably one of the most advanced and very similar in that sense to FTX with the unified trading margins and all that. So that's kind of moving forward. We want to explore more into Web3 as well as providing more trading tools for the users. We have copy tradings, we have trading bots, all that. Yeah.
So you're trying to be like a super user friendly, traders friendly tools for the traders to trade on the market. Like anything
Right.
easy, then just build and provide for them.
Exactly. So that's kind of the plan. And so far, I think it's been very popular. Copy trading for people who don't know how to trade. they can copy. But if you know how to trade, Bybit is probably one of the best venue with the best liquidities. Yeah.
Right. So what do you think is the most strongest features or some features on the platform?
So definitely the perpetual contract is our flagship product. With it has the the biggest open interest, the biggest volume, especially on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and that means liquidity is one of the best. And for any traders, the whole interface is very much designed for traders. It's very smooth. So anyone who wants to trade, Bybit is definitely your spot to check it out. And now we are trying to push copy trading, bot trading, meaning help you to find the tools to trade. And lastly is the Web3 integrations. We've launched our Web3 wallet. You can actually use our wallet to participate in all these DeFi NFT things with one click. You don't have to do extra clicks. With MetaMask, if you want to stake in Curve or Lido, it takes like 8 steps, right? So many confirmations you have to do. With Bybit, is simply one click and it's done. So that's kind of the plan we're having, and I think with the next bull run when it comes, we'll try to grab it with our product, our Web3 pages and all that.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, a lot of people trying to do like the Web 2.5 thing and then make it easy as possible. Yeah, that's one of the interesting plays and features on the Bybit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, one more question that I've been having, I always have in my mind, and then the thing that I guess like every users and every crypto people are wondering. So, like, do you have the exchange token on the platform?
Yeah, we don't have the exchange token per se, but we are the biggest contributor of BitDAO, which is a Bit token. Actually, Bit token had been trading very well in the past 2 weeks. It's been rallying up. It's one of the most traded pairs in Bybit now, and it's actually launching a layer 2 or a public chain. So the testnet had been out last week. Actually, this week. Yeah. So if you don't know BitDAO is the largest DAO in the world. It has about 2 billion in the treasury, which half of it is contributed by Bybit. So it's 1 billion in cash, 1 billion in like other tokens, and so now they're launching this public chain, meaning that they have one of the strongest treasury to an ecosystem fund to support the projects that want to list and want to be adopted on the Mantle network. So Mantle network uses the Bit token as gas, same as Ethereum, right? Yeah, and Bybit will of course support any projects that wanting to utilize Mantle chain with Launchpad initial listings, liquidities, and all that. So that's kind of the game. And so if you look at Bit, it looks like a exchange token. In Bybit, if you hold Bit, you can upgrade your VIPs. You can use it for fees, and actually this feature is coming out very soon, and some other similar features as an exchange token.
Yeah, that's the question. Cause like, okay, like when we talk about the other exchange, they have the exact token, and then when we see it at the first time, we can tell from the dust token name, right? But then for Bybit, it's like BitDAO, and then BitDAO is kind of like a semi exchange token. But then yeah, that's the new thing we see in the space. But then what's like how's the synergy like on the BitDAO and Bybit other than those two you mentioned, like the trading fee, the VIP spot, the getting white
Some other application, right? So if you hold Bit token, you can participate in Launchpad with a dedicated pool. So if you use Bit token, you get a higher chance to get a good quota for the Launchpad projects. Yeah. And we're also releasing our MasterCard, which is a credit card, very soon for people to use, like Binance, like Crypto.com, right? And when you do that, you earn a point, and the point can be converted into bits. So that's kind of like the reward system. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wow. So, I mean, like right now, what I see is that, I mean, right now it's like part of like a exchange token, and also it has its own ecosystem. It's its own DAO. So how do you see like both of the thing running together in the future? I mean, is there anything like you guys want to do more with each other? I mean, as like entities or
Yeah, we will for sure. I mean, we are all one part of the ecosystem, right? So Bybit, the reason we started BitDAO is because we believe the future of Web3, and we think it's going to be run by DAOs. So we started one of the biggest DAO. Now it's one of the largest. It is the largest. So I think BitDAO it's look, they partnered up with many people. They've started a ZK Sync or like a ZK DAO, something like that, to support the ZK Sync. They started EduDAO with all the global top universities like Stanford, Harvard, Yale, Oxford, you name it, like 20 something schools, and to support each school with the blockchain labs. So actually, the mental network, the layer 2, a lot of the technical part was developed and innovated through the schools. I think we used like the MIT, one of the MIT product, which was supported by BitDAO. And so BitDAO is very advanced in the Web3 world and very connected. And Bybit is just the decentralized exchange.
Yep.
We are more focusing on bringing people into Web3. We are more focusing on the gateways, right? The uncles, the aunties, people around us get into crypto. But when we supported BitDAO, we just see that it's like we know where Web3 is heading towards. It might be Mars, and we understand the Bybit position as a transport to take people there. But we are not Martians because we don't speak the language. We're not natives. So BitDAO is the native. So there's going to be the bridge in between, and there's going to be more synergy happening. And this is why we initially started BitDAO. And actually, we had no intention of launching any layer 2 or layer 1. But then Mental Network came out towards the end of last year. That was a community voted. Yeah.
Got it. I mean, what I felt and what I understand right now is like Bybit is like a center point, like a centralized exchange, which is like a gateway and like a tool base. Like that's what I say. That's what I understand. And then the Bybit, the BitDAO would be the other one, the outer layer, which have all the community all around the Bybit. And those community is more related to the Web3 one, and also a bit of a Web2 on the developing side, right?
Correct. You're right. Yeah.
Right. Interesting, man. Interesting. I mean, so it's been something that we haven't seen in the crypto space like for quite a while, but it's quite an interesting move on that side. Like you really get that.
Not many people knows. I mean, no other projects launched based on a massive treasury. So BitDAO it's quite the opposite, right? So when people ask me, "Oh, is the bear market? Is BitDAO gonna ever survive?" And I'm like, dude, they have 2 billion in their treasury. Which other project have 2 billion in cash? so not much to worry about.
Yeah. So one of the strongest project I would say from the treasury side. Yeah. I mean, interesting. Okay, let's get on to the other part. So let's get a bit deep into the industry and thing. So basically, on the after the incident, after the FTX incident, I mean, I think like just come back to the reality. Like right now, people are still like worried about like using a centralized exchange, and then they fear a lot because like I mean the crash was like it's huge, man, and then no one really expected, even like the FTX team themselves. I mean they don't expect this kind of thing. And right now like people right now the precaution, the thing that is used to verify the amount of fund, the fund in exchange was like proof of reserve. So this is the thing that is the key factor to verify that okay, the exchange would be healthy enough to keep on going on and running. So do you think is there any like better verification way to do so other than the proof of reserve?
Yeah, so I think there's a few verticals that eventually centralized exchange can adopt. So number one, everyone expected the proof of reserves, at least make it public that you have these money on chain, not being touched. So Bybit has done that, and we have proof of reserves. The next plan is to get an auditor to do a complete audit of the company asset and the company liabilities, so people can feel safer. But still, that doesn't really solve the problem, right? So I think there are two major ways we can solve. Number one is we're already working with some custodian services, Fireblocks, Copper, maybe even Coinbase custody, meaning that the money will be sitting on a middle custodian wallet. So either Bybit or the clients have the money. When they want to trade, they transfer into a so-called custody margin account, right? And it's governed by Fireblocks or whoever. And so only your profit or loss will be consolidated in real time, and so your money is never with any centralized exchange. That's one way to do it, right? Another way is to make all of the wallets actually on chain, so you can actually see your real time balance. But the challenge with that is that the fees, the transfer fees, will be tremendous because people are trading all the time. And once you trade, we need to consolidate and move the fundings back to the other person who is making a profit. Because otherwise, if we're not moving in real time, the exchange have to have a buffer amount to do the market making of the balances, right? But it would cost a lot. So we're actually discussing maybe there could be a union chain or a chain that's been deployed with a few super nodes, being centralized exchange, being some auditors. So that exchange, that chain is super fast, and it serves a purpose. It's only to validate transactions. It's only to validate wallet balances, and only once a day that's been consolidated. So that had been discussed, and we're kind of looking into it. But again, it's a long-term effort to really, at the end of the day, basically the goal is for clients to see your money sitting in your account with the Ethereum link, with the Bitcoin link, to be able to click and see your balance on chain, right?
I see.
Yeah.
I mean, quite interesting. But then, do you think it would be the best way would be a hybrid of both? Like some of the amount stays in the centralized custody, and some of the amount stays in.
It could be a hybrid of both, right?
Also,
It could be a hybrid of both. Yeah. So when you do that, the second way, which is completely on chain, you actually still consolidate everyone's money into a cold or warm wallet. It's just that everyone's balance is mapped. You can see it on chain, and then you use that private chain to kind of verify everything. So, but I think at the end of the day, we need a solution to really convince people that we're not using clients' fund and all that. Yeah.
Yep. Interesting, man. Let's see, man, where it goes. Cause right now, I think you guys still find new ways to make it better. Yeah. So I mean, other than those part, I mean, other than those part, right? Right now, people, I think because of this, people started to believe in, aware more of the power of blockchain itself, why it is created, and believe more in the decentralizations of the fund and the custody thing. So I think right now they are right now they are starting to be more aware, and then started to do a self custody on their own asset onto the hardware wallet, and also to their own wallet. Basically, they want to own their fund. So on the business perspective, do you think this will impact centralized exchange in general?
Not really. Look, this had always been the topic of everyone, and everyone's keep coming to me and ask, oh, is this affecting you guys, But you have to understand that Bybit, like exchanges like us, we're a venue to trade, right? So the number one goal for a trader is to able to execute trade. And it's not actually the safety of the transparency of the fund is important, but number one is execution. The problem with the DEX is it offers the security and the ease of mind that your money is with your wallet and all that. But the problem is that it's very inefficient. I'll give you an example. We have all the global institutions on Bybit. Jump Trading, Tower Research, Hudson River, Citadel, or everyone. These guys come to me to complain for 5 milliseconds of delay. And by the way, our runtime, meaning that any institution sends the order request, when they send when we respond the confirmation, it's about 15 milliseconds, right? And they're complaining. They're like, too slow. We want faster. Like we want to get to 12, right? And if you go to a DEX, it's impossible, right? So that means on a DEX, you can never do high frequency tradings. You can only do medium to long-term tradings. That means the liquidity will never be able to achieve the level of a centralized exchange. When you don't have liquidity, traders don't go there and trade. You could have long-term people who are simply leave a limit order and like buy and hold. So if you're in that type, I think a DEX will solve your problem. But for most people who are using centralized exchange, they are high frequency trader. They're looking at the chart every single day. They're sitting in the laptop and they bam, 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 bam. They want to take advantage of the market when it's moving. And that's when the DEX cannot even compete at all with centralized exchange. I'm hoping at some point the technology will improve. I mean, we also believe in DEX, and we actually integrate it into Apex. We're the first exchange to integrate into a DEX. But still, that major block cannot be solved. Yeah.
All right. Interesting point. Cause like, yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of FUD during the time. So people just, but it totally makes sense. Cause like everyone want a cheaper trades. Just that they still fear too much about cost having their own fund there. All right. And then so I mean, right now talking about FUDs, and then a bit of people still fears about that, about having their own fund on the exchange, centralized exchange, no matter where. So like, I'm asking you as a Bybit. So what's your plan to bring back the confidence of the users from after the incidents?
So there's a few things during this whole incident. Look, what we did is we actually increased our speed of withdrawal. So when people are panicking, the best way to make people's life easier is to give their money ASAP and even faster than before. So this is what we did. We actually bumped up our withdrawal speed. On average, our withdrawal takes about 2 minutes. During this period, it took about 30 seconds. People just withdraw. If you want to withdraw, go. And we had customer support if they had problem logging into the account. We had many traders hasn't requested withdrawal for a long time, and they just leave the money with Bybit. So when they request, they realize, oh, I need the 2FA, and the 2FA is gone or some shit. So they come to the customer support, and we were there to help them to, make sure their account is easy, whatever.
Sorry, I think I missed that. You removed the 2FA for them?
No. They lost the 2FA. So we basically have all the customer support to help them on standby, to help them to regain their 2FA or regain their emails. So that's kind of during the crisis, right? Now, after the crisis, in the short run, we've released our proof of reserves. We show we have more than 2 billion in user fund custody at our cold and hot wallet systems. And the long run, I think there's a few things, like I mentioned, working with custodies, working on a new solution for the wallet to show more transparencies. But again, more importantly, is to work with the regulators and get more license. And we're actually talking to a few regulators. We have license. We're licensed in UAE, in a few other regions. So to kind of give people's confidence, right?
Got it. Interesting, man. I mean, quite a good move. I mean, yeah, the rest too. I think it's like the thing that people thought about already. But then the first one, I think this is the most interesting one because like other people be like, oh no, like I don't want to touch anything. I want us just to stay and lie back that okay, I like about the exchange. I don't want to say anything. Like it's better to say nothing during the FUD and during the crisis. But then you guys be like, yo, come on. If you fear so much, just withdraw. Go for it. We have as
That's
much time.
what I did. I did many AMAs during the period, and people are asking me all these questions. How do you make sure you find it safe? I'm like, dude, if you're worried, just withdraw and only keep the amount that you want to trade with the exchange.
And
and at the end of the day, when you're more relaxed, they'll come back. So, so that's the idea. Yeah.
and also like you reduce the withdrawal time too. So it's like you encourage them to withdraw even.
So one of the challenge, because a lot of people were like they were nervous and they were asking like, oh, they're worried, and I said, well, the one promise and guarantee I can guarantee is if you click on withdraw now, you get it in 1 minute. And I was within like all the communities, like I think a few thousand people. I said, does anyone had a withdraw hiccup during this few days? And the community was there. Now everyone's fast. So I was like, yeah, exactly.
You're gonna be like, oh, I think it's faster than before too. I think it's easier. I'm gonna withdraw more.
True. Yeah.
So Ben, I think we are ending the AMA soon. This will be the last question. So, is there anything you want to say to Thai community out there? Perhaps it could be something exciting, and that they should wait and see, or perhaps it could be some thoughts about surviving in the bear market and this uncertain markets.
Yeah, very good. I think there are a few features that are coming up very soon. I think requested by the community. One of them is the credit card, or the ability to actually spend your crypto on Bybit in a restaurant or supermarket, and you can earn some amazing points to exchange to Bybit merchandise or even Bitcoin tokens. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and on top of that, I think education is one of the key piece for us in 2023. We're looking forward to organize some local offline meetups, online webinars, to really kind of give people idea of what is crypto and how to trade, fundamental technical analysis. We invite some of the popular educators in the communities to come on the stage and do like a whole afternoon session. So stay tuned on that, and we'll make sure that our community is noticed, right? And I think in terms of a campaign, we have a few very cool one coming up. Copy trading, we have this follower competition, and of course we always have all these crazy bonuses, all these things that we offer to our users. So do check it out. And hope to see you guys soon. Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are happening on the Bybit side. So stay tuned, right? And I mean, thanks, Ben. Thanks for coming to the show. And then thanks for coming to talk to the community, and then talk to you soon, man.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, man. Bye.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Yeah.